Welcome back to another episode of iTALK. The reason I'm out here looking like a camouflage banana or soldier banana, whatever you want to call it. I mean, look at me. But the only reason I'm in this is because obviously someone complained. There's not enough color on the show. There's not enough color on the show. We need more color on the show. So yeah, here you have some color on the show. And plus this is gonna be a special episode. So yeah, I had to abide by the rules of color on the show. Even though like y'all don't understand, né? Like every day I wake up, my mind is just like take anything, just wear anything, right? So do you know how much time it saves me to just wear black or like dark colors? Because you don't have to mix and match. There's no red. There's no what. You don't have to find your cap with that brim that's orange now to match with your socks or no. You don't have to. You just simple. Dark colors they always go together. Like anything dark, you can hlanganisa with anything dark, and it will always go. Dark. I'm talking about dark, almost black, dark. Yeah, like this. Look at this. You see this? I can hlanganisa this with black, and it will literally go all the time. But either way, this is not about that. I just wanted to let that out first. But today we have a special episode, right? So today I'm gonna talk. I just think about the story. So I'm gonna tell you all about the time where I had to fake an obituary, right? If you don't know what's an obituary, that is that poster that they tell you, and with all the information that hey, who passed on, when we're gonna bury them, how this what. Isn't that an obituary? Is that an obituary? I think that's the obituary. No, that's not the obituary actually. I'm totally wrong. I'm totally wrong. Either way, I might have actually just threw you in the bushes with the definition of an obituary, but my friend Google definitely won't throw you. So you can go ask her. She's got you covered. Either way. So moving on. This is not even about an obituary. Okay, I feel like now I have to start all over because I've said false information. Okay, this is about me faking a funeral invitation. Right, this is what this is about. It's about me faking a funeral invitation, not to go to a funeral, but to go. We had a family event. So the thing is with me, right? I'll only take it that far to where I'll have to fake something if you are like super strict on me like that as a boss or as an employer, you feel. But otherwise, like I'm never like I'm always on time. I'm always early actually, not even on time. I always show up, I won't show up if I'm like super sick or something must have really went wrong. Like I always pitch up and I'm reliable. I'm definitely reliable. I'm like yo cool, calm and collected guy. I'm like one of those people that you don't really have a problem working with and all that. So yeah, but the company I was working for at the time, they have this thing of like they want you to always be there, always be there, and like working there. So, you know, so you had to do some new things. So, speaking of new things, we had a new manager at the time, right? Wait, did I say welcome to iTalk? I think I did. Yeah, but if I didn't, welcome to iTalk, jumping in. We had a new manager at the time, right? So she was like, oh yeah, she just came through. Then yeah, this manager hadn't seen me yet at this point, right? So what I said to her, I was like, this is okay. So I had messaged my previous manager, right? Because this company, they always change management. Well, not really change management like that, but like they move the groups around and the stores and stuff like that because you work in the store. So like it's like sometimes you'll get a manager that you've never known. Of course, depending on how long you're in the company, then the longer you are there, the more you meet more people and all that. But you know, either way. So I had messaged my manager at the time and told him, I was like, yo, I had a family event, right? But I knew that they wouldn't let me get the day off on a Saturday. It was a weekend. So black people, we do things on Saturdays, especially if it's like a family event and stuff like that. We gotta get it late on a Saturday. Now that job required you to be at work on a Saturday, and work hours are the same throughout the whole week, right? Well, depending on the store, because luckily at that store it was like shorter. So if your store closed earlier before your shift actually ends, then you get to end your shift early, which is the dope part. But the thing is, with stores like that, they don't have much traffic, and your job is literally based on numbers. You're supposed to get numbers, basically. That's what you're supposed to be pushing for, at least. But after a while, you get demotivated. There's just a lot that goes into that type of situation. But that's besides the point. What I'm talking about here is my funeral invitation. So it's cool. I messaged him. I'm like, I need to be there by like midday. Then he was like, no, I'm not your manager anymore. You can message your new manager. So I messaged the new manager, which is the lady, right? So I'm like, hey, lady manager, blah, blah, blah. I'm having a funeral, blah, 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 blah. This is on ish. This is, hold on. Uh, okay, this was probably like on a Thursday, right? So I'm telling her this on a Thursday because I see this. Then she didn't respond, right? She was like, she blue ticked me. Then the next day, which was probably a Friday, she said, morning. She apologizes, blah blah blah, for not responding on time yesterday, blah blah blah. Then she asked me for like a death certificate or a funeral service invitation. Right? Those are the two things. So now, in my mind, I'm like, the most criminal thing you could do between the two is fake a death certificate. I've never thought about faking a death certificate. It just sounds so funny, but I know there's people who do, obviously for insurance reasons and all that. But it's way too much work. Imagine faking one just so it looks official. Just like it's way too much work. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm opting for the funeral invitation, right? Because I've seen a lot of funeral invitations before. I'm not a stranger to funerals, so I definitely know how a funeral invitation is finna look like. Plus, if you just go on the internet, bro, you just gonna already know. Either way. So cool. I do that, and then I send it to her. Right? After I send it to her on a Friday. She says nothing. She says nothing. She says nothing. She says nothing. The next day, I come in because I think I didn't end up asking for what you call. I didn't end up asking for a full day off. I ended up asking for like half a day. I think that was the thing. Yeah. So cool. She says nothing for a while after I've sent that whole thing. So now, oh wait, before we get there, now, how we get to it now, right? So now I'm at work, right? Remember, I'm at work. I just got this message. She's like, don't you have a whatever, whatever. I'm at work right now. I'm thinking she's gonna respond immediately, right? Because usually if you send me a message and oh wait, if I send you a message and you respond within 5 minutes, I'm still online. I'm gonna reply immediately. Why would I leave it for another hour, another 2 days? Plus, Mina, I have this thing of forgetting. I'm so sorry if you watch this and I have left you on grey tick before. I always respond to people in my head and like forget to actually respond. And by the time I realize it's like too late and like I don't, you just can't, you know, it's like what is this, But either way, that's besides the point. So I message Miss Sean. I'm like, yo, we need to get this quick and fast. So Miss Sean is there. She's like, okay, we're searching the site. We find the site, like a site that generates, and then I'm like, cool, cool, cool. So this is how we're gonna do this, right? We need a picture now, a picture of the deceased. I'm so sorry, just in advance. I'm sorry to the person whose picture I used. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry to you, my G. But I had to. So my first thought now is we need a picture, right? So now we also need a picture that will not be on the internet. And we also need a picture that this lady who's my manager will not know that person at all, because we gotta make this as convincing as possible, right? All right, cool. So then I used to go to Pram for a while. So there was someone I knew in Pram that we once took a picture, or whatever the thing was. I think I also took a couple to send to him and stuff. So I had them backed up on my Google Photos. So I just some nasty work. Trust me, I know. I'm as embarrassed as you are. Went on my Google Photos. I restored all those photos, chose the best looking one, put it in black and white. Black and white always will bring the sadness out of any picture. Any picture with the right context in black and white can make anyone sad. Trust me. But either way, I took his picture, put it in black and white, made up years and made up names. Now I wrote the whole funeral invitation, but then I was like, let's write it in Zulu because she's not a Zulu speaking person. So with your mother tongue or a language you usually speak. So if I had to try convince a white person about an obituary being real, it would be harder. It's like anyone, Jay, not even white. Let's take race out of the equation. If you convince someone whose primary language of communication is English, you try to convince them about something written in English, they have more of a chance of catching on that it's not that, real, compared to if it's in another language that they don't even understand. Then they'll just have to get, what do they call them? Context clues, something like that. I think it's context clues that you have to piece it in, like, okay, I see the year from this year to this year, and then I see the name is in big writing. I see this, I see the location, I see the phone number. So ultimately, this is probably a funeral invitation, right? I did that, wrote the whole thing in Zulu, but I didn't mess it up in case she got someone who speaks Zulu to translate it, right? So I was like, I have to write like the most perfect thing. I made a perfect funeral invitation. Trust me. The thing is, I'll display it to y'all, right? I'll display it to y'all right now, but I don't. I feel like the person who the picture I used will be super offended. Super offended. So we'll just let it be. Whoever thinks I use their picture, I use their picture. But what I can say, it was someone I knew from 2021 to the end of 2022. Yeah. Yeah. If you came across me at that time point, it might be you. But that person is for sure not on the internet. Last time I checked, they live like yeah, they might actually be dead to think of it because I haven't heard from them in a minute. But not speaking death upon anyone, even though I believe that would be one of the best things that could happen to anyone in this life, in this world, anyone in the world, for you to go and meet your maker, bro, that's literally the best thing that could happen. It's just how you go and do it. That's gonna be a bit tricky, If you do it yourself, it's not, But if he's like, yeah, man, it's your time, it's your time, it's your time, it's your time, then it's your time, bro. It's time to go. But either way, so cool. Wrapped up the whole obituary stuff. Not obituary. Why do I like using the obituary word? Probably because it's associated with funerals. But the funeral invitation, sent it to the lady. Guess what? After the whole weekend, I go to the chat on Monday. She hasn't viewed it. So what do? Message deleted. And just like that, all our hard work is gone. We didn't even have to make this whole funeral Mtontoni invitation. It was all just useless because she didn't even care. It was like, yo, bro, you're showing up for half a day, so it's chilled, I guess. But yeah, she was new at the time. I feel like if it was later on in her years at the company, she wouldn't be so lighthearted. Yeah, that place drains you somewhere, somehow. I don't know what it is. There's something that they put on their uniforms. But either way, this is the end of the episode. You see this video? Yeah. Yeah. You already know you're supposed to click it. So if you're not clicking it, what are you doing?